And over the years, Canadians have spun a legacy of gold. Pairs teams who have conquered the world. Tonight, CTV Sports puts more figure skating memories on ice.
Back a few moments now to see what happened with the Canadian champions, Michel Menzies and Jean-Michel Bombardier, who had a very disappointing short program, Barb, but in the long, they were strong.
This was the skate of their life. I have never seen them skate as well as they did tonight. They took all the energy from the crowd, and they just skated their hearts out. It was so great to see.
Well, when they finished skating, they were atop the leaderboard. They are not now, but they are in third spot behind Sargent and Wirtz. Ina and Dungin, the Americans, are on top of the leaderboard, but that could change as we expect Mark shortly for Mino and Sand, but then we'll have a quick clear of the ice, and then we'll be back with live coverage of the Final Four. And as we talk to you now, Mino and Sand have taken over the lead, but look at the faces of these two as they had really the skate of a lifetime, as you said. Just one of those many pairs who said they idolized Underhill and Martini, by the way. They talked to Rod.
Silver medalist at the U.S. National Championships. Last year they finished 8th at the World Championship. 23-year-old Kyoko Ina and 28-year-old Jason Dungin.
They've been skating strong and consistent all season, and they now have plenty of international experience. Their opening 3 moves are very crucial to their program. A throw, triple sow cow. Very nice, good speed on the landing, going right into side-by-side, triple toe loop. Excellent beginning. And now right into this third very difficult element. Split, triple twist, into a throw, triple loop. Very nice. Well, this is showing their consistency that they've been doing all season.
That silver medal finish at the Nationals was a bit controversial. There are a lot of people who felt that Ina and Dungin should have won in San Jose this year.
Well, they skated a very clean program, very strong. Very similar to this performance they're giving right now.
This is their 3rd trip to the World Championships.
Their long-standing coach, Peter Burrows, is not with them. His wife was not feeling well, and he remained in New York to be with her. We send them both our greetings from Edmonton.
talking to them this week. They feel very comfortable here in Canada as well. They spent some time this past summer up here training and felt it was really helpful. They both grew up a lot, learned to respect each other even more through the work that they did up here.
Not made one mistake in this program. Performance that can be so proud of themselves.
And Barb, we hesitate to make predictions after what happened in the men's competition, but that's why you're here.
Well, any one of 4 pairs teams can win this event here tonight. Watson and Steuer, the German team, who are sitting in first very solidly after the short program, have a reputation for choking in the long program. And behind them are 3 very, very strong Russian teams. Shishkova and Naumov, who were world champions 2 years ago, really want that world title back. Eltsova and Bushkov have had a very, very strong season, but behind them, Artur Dmitriev with Oksana Kazakova, a new partner. They are very strong, very dynamic, my personal favorites.
So we look for a dogfight tonight, but just before we see that live, we want to take you back moments ago. A great Edmonton experience for some Canadians. Canadians, Christy Sargent and Chris Wirtz getting a big hand from the crowd. You know, these two thought they were going to have a fun, pressure-free world since the Canadians were very lightly regarded in pairs competition coming in, and they're only the second pair. But you know what? They made a big mistake. They had an outstanding performance yesterday, and suddenly everyone's looking at them.
And the big reason for them being in 6th place right now is the fact that in the short program, they were one of only 2 clean shorts with the side-by-side triple jumps. Chris said last night that it felt as though the whole country was slammed into one building here. You open with a triple twist, a little tight on the landing. Triple toe loops and Christy falls. She didn't quite get enough air. Throw triple Salchow. Very well done. And they need this jump right here. Side-by-side double axels. Oh, she pulled it off, but he didn't. It's unusual because the area they're the strongest really is in the side-by-side jumps. And that's where they had the problem in Canadians, and same here. There they go, side-by-side double axels. she's nailing the throws. That was a huge throw double axel. Well, aside from the problems on the jumps, it's been a very strong performance for them. I think, though, in the future, what they really need to improve on is the overall look of the program, the choreography. I really enjoyed the more contemporary style that they used in the short program, and maybe that is something that's more suited to their style.
Well, it's ironic, isn't it, Barb, how we've seen all these Russian and European pairs skate to Western music, and all the Americans and Canadians skating to the old European and Russian masters.
Because that's our culture. That's what we have grown up with. And I think that's what they would be more comfortable with. But this has been a great, great Worlds for them.
Yeah, big finish. The order of skate for the final four here in pairs competition. And the medal winners are going to come from this group.
They sure are. Marina Eltsova and Andrei Bushkov, Mendy Vatsal and Ingo Storia, who are in first place right now, Shishkova and Naumov. And watch out for this new team, Kazakova and Dmitriev.
Now, as we told you at the beginning, Voitzel and Steuer, the Germans, are noted for having very strong short programs, impressing everyone in the building, and then for whatever reason not being able to duplicate it in the long program. They were second after the short at the Worlds last year.
And dropped to fifth after the long program. We're looking at Vadim Naumov right now, and both of them, him and his partner, are looking extremely nervous. Virginia just fell on a triple toe loop. And here is the new team of Artur Dmitriev and Oksana Kazakova. And I spoke to Tamara Moskvina, their coach, right before tonight, and she said, I'm feeling very confident. She thinks they're going to skate well. But she also told me the other day, experience is very expensive. You cannot buy it. And that's the one thing that is missing with this team. They've only been together for less than a year, so it's quite amazing what they have done so far.
Well, Dmitriev, of course, is the veteran. He's a very artistic skater, very strong. That's his young 20-year-old partner, Oksana Kazakova. And she's noted for landing the big throws.
But she has difficulties with her jumps. She doesn't have great technique. Here's Mendy Vatsal and Ingo Stoyer, who were in first. And here's a shot of Artur Dmitriev with his old partner, Natalia Mishkatunak, when they were second at the Olympics. Many thought they should have won. I think the thing to watch with Mandy is how well she's into her knees, because she tends to get very stiff in the knees, hits her toe picks when she gets nervous. So we should know right off the bat with them whether they're going to be on or off.
So the skaters have been told to clear the ice. The first to have a go at this, the Russian tandem of Eltsova and Bushkov in second place, heading into the long program. They'll be followed by the Germans, the leaders, Voitzel and Steuer. Shishkova and Naumov, the pair that have won everything that they've entered this year. The Russian champions are in third spot. They were the ones that looked pretty in the first round. Barb, as you say, they looked a little nervous in warm-up. They know they have their hands full.
Well, everybody's really looking very nervous tonight. It's a matter of channeling that, coming inside yourself, and being able to focus on every element in the program.
Well, this is a team that certainly gets overshadowed a lot. Of course, if they skated for any other country, they wouldn't. They have been the Russian champions. They have been the European champions. They have a wealth of international experience. They've been third at the Worlds. They've been fourth at the Worlds. Marina Eltsova and Andrei Bushkov.
They've been working with a new coach this year, and they've developed a new look, because the one thing that was lacking before was their communication skills on the ice. They were like two single skaters side by side. So they've developed more to be more of a couple on the ice this year. She has a much softer look. They open with two very difficult elements, side-by-side double axles, and go then right into triple toe loops. Quite a bit of distance between them, but they land their side-by-side triples. Got a little bit too far forward on that throw triple Salchow. Triple toe loop. Very well done. A little misstep there on the double flips, which is an easy jump. They're looking actually a little tighter now than they were when they came out. Looked like that lift came down before it should have. And overall, the performance, they've had a few small errors. But I think it just lacked a little bit of something tonight. I'm not quite sure what it was.
Barb, you know, I think when you said they made that first little mistake, and I'm sure you fight the thought, but it must have crossed their minds, we could blow ourselves off the podium with one or two little errors. Eltsova and Bushkov second after the short program. We're back live in Edmonton at the 96 World Championships. Eltsova and Bushkov looking at their marks with some dismay, I think. They were second coming into the long program, and I'm sure they're thinking that they're catchable. They have to worry about what's coming up behind, but there's the pair that's in front. This is Mandy Volzel, Ingo Steuer of Germany, the leaders. Before this competition began, many fingered this pair as the most likely competitors to challenge the Russians. The Russians with 3 of the top 4 placements at the moment. Russians, of course, have won 26 of the last 31 world titles in pairs competition.
They're skating to a Beatles medley.
Well, that'll be the Rolling Stones, actually.
Close.
One of those British bands.
It's a program that really hasn't been widely received this year, but who knows, they could make it happen here. Open with a triple twist. And here's a move that's really going to say it all. Triple toe loop. Perfectly done. Well, if they can grab on to this energy from the audience and hold on, this World Championship could be theirs. Throw triple toe loop. This is actually the most relaxed I've ever seen Mandy skate. Throw double axel. Oh! Well, that might be it for them. This should have been side-by-side double axles, and Mandy did a single. So clearly they have, after coming out very strong, they've tightened up. the question is now, can they hold on to the medal? Because there's still two very strong teams to come.
From Germany, Mandy Wötzel and Ingo Steuer. The leaders up to this point. That spot at the highest elevation feels best. Mandy Wötzel and Ingo Steuer were the closest. There is 5.8.
Well, they've been close so many times, and they just seem to always be the hard luck story.
Well, the boos are for the fact the ordinals are going up on the board, and Eltsova and Bushkov have taken first place in this competition. And this will be one more chapter in their long story of not being able to hold on in the long program. Evgenia Shishkova and Vadim Naumov have won everything they've entered this year. They've won the World Championship before. They are the Russian champions. Surprising to many people how shaky they looked in their short program. Only third coming into the long.
Well, apparently at the final for the Champions Series in the exhibition, Vadim injured his leg, and they really didn't feel they had enough training time before this competition, so they didn't feel totally prepared. They open with a very nice throw triple Salchow. Not as high as some of them we've seen. And now this is very key right here. Side-by-side triple toe loops. Oh, and she did it again. She didn't even get the rotation in. She came out in the middle of the air. Beautiful triple twist.
I will say this for you, Barb. The team that you picked, Kazakova and Dmitriev, are going to come out here in fourth position and have a shot at the gold medal.
They sure can. Wötzel and Steuer have to be third for them to be able to win, but that is very possible. Double axels, a little wild. Extremely elegant, have beautiful lines, but the one thing that I find is missing is the speed with which they carry themselves, and I think when we see the next team come out, you're going to see a big, big difference. Roll up into a press lift. Throw triple toe loop. Oh, she pulls it off. To me, they look tired at this point, and I think their point about not having had the time to train enough before that, I think that is coming true a little bit. top 3 teams have made mistakes. The door's open.
And we're going to find out who wins the gold medal in the next 15 minutes. Don't go away. Before that, this pair won the World Pairs Championship. Yevgenia Shishkova and Vadim Naumov of Russia. Last year, they lost it to the Czechs, Radka Kovarikova and Renee Novotny, who have retired. These two thought that they got jobbed last year and dedicated themselves to getting it back this year. Was that performance good enough?
I don't think so.
The marks for technical merit from 5.4 to 5.8 and only a couple of those.
The overall performance really wasn't up to the level that they're really capable of either.
Well, they have 3 5.8s up there, but boy, that's not
Look
enough.
at the ordinals, they're all over the board.
But what it means is it boils down to Shishkova and Naumov are in 4th position.
Wow.
Eltsova and Bushkov remain atop the standings. Voitzel and Steuer second. Mino and Sand, the American pair, is in 3rd spot. The door, Barb, is wide open.
Representing Russia, Oksana Kazakova and Artur Dmitriev.
Well, the best pair teams are dynamic, yet elegant, but they're also unique, and I find that this team has it all. The only thing they don't have is she lacks experience. So if she can really come through here tonight, they could very easily win. They have a beautiful program.
This is only their 5th competition together, and they've been a pair less than a year.
The weakest area of their skating is her jumping. She needs to correct her technique. This is what she missed last night in the short program. Oh, she pulls it off. Very well. So they've landed the side-by-side triples and the double axel. And that was the critical point for them. Triple twist. Now watch. When he throws her in the air, he just launches her. Wow! Well, if they can hold on, these are going to be our new world champions. Look at that flexibility. And this is what I mean about uniqueness. They have their own style and their own moves that are their very own, and that sets them apart. Throw triple Salchow. Oh my goodness.
I'm glad I'm not
take this.
judging.
I think they can still win. With this program, I think they can still win even with the one error. Goodness. That was extremely unusual. Oh, it's over. It's over. They just missed a lift.
He's the guy with all the experience, the gold medal at the Olympics in '92, 2 previous world championships, all with Natalia Michkatunik. And her time, I guess, will come, but
Well,
not this year.
they had it in the palm of their hands. She just couldn't hold on. Looked like she either hit an edge or...
But what it means is Marina Eltsova and Andrei Bushkov finally skate from out from under.
Beautiful spin. Well, for about 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes, it was theirs. But not this time.
Kazakova and Dmitriev, mostly great. We're back in Edmonton. You're looking at Oksana Kazakova and Artur Dmitriev. They have the advantage of skating last in this final group. You can see who's waiting backstage. The people who are leaders right now, they must know in their hearts they've got a gold medal, though, here at the World Championships. But these folks had the chance to skate last, knowing that they just had to skate error-free, just
But
skate their own program.
I think the point here is, though, these are potential Olympic champions. They are so new together. It's amazing what they have done, what she has done to get to this point this year. It was in the palm of their hands.
Oksana Kazakova and Artur Dmitriev. Marks for Czechoslovakia. 5-6, 5-6, 5-8, 5-5.
The marks are all over the board.
From 5'2 to 5'8.
5'8 is a little high, I think.
That's for technical merit, so these marks are really disappointing for them. Marks for presentation, and Kazakova and Dmitriev finish in 5th place. Eltsova and Bushkov win the gold. Voitzel and Steuer, the leaders coming into the long program, fall to silver, and the Americans, Mino and Sand, move up to 3rd place. Shishkova and Naumov are 4th. Ina and Dungeon, Americans, in 6th spot. And Sargent and Wirtz, the Canadians, finish a very respectable 7th. Final standings in pairs competition at the World Championships. Eltsova and Bushkov win the gold. Voitzel and Steuer, the silver. Mino and Sand, the bronze. We'll get back to them in just a moment as you see the rest of the standings, with the Canadians finishing very well. Christy Sargent and Chris Wirtz in 7th, and Michel Menzies and Jean-Michel Bombardier in 8th. Now, we were showing you portions of their performances earlier tonight, and while we were doing that, we told you that Mino and Sand were performing. Well, now we're going to take you back. This is what, about 35 minutes ago. This is what it looked like as the American champions came out to skate. They were 5th after the short program, so they knew that to move up with all those Russians and the Germans, they had to be near perfect.
Well, this really was the performance of the night. Unfortunately, they put themselves out of contention in the short program, being in 5th. If they had been in 3rd, most certainly they would have won the gold.
They came to Edmonton as the 3-time U.S. champions, but boy, does he have a little experience at the World Championships. You know, he went to his first World's in, are you ready for this? 1981. As the Danish men's singles champion. His dad was Danish. But Todd Sand is from Burbank, California. I guess you can't get more red, white, and blue than that.
And this was the element that they missed, that Todd missed last night in the short, the double axel, which he does very well. And that was the one element that cost them the gold medal in the short program.
The American skating public make much of the romance between these two. They got married last summer, and they say they've been trying to inject more passion into their skating. It is perhaps the one criticism a lot of people have of their skating, is that it's somewhat introspective, that it doesn't go out and excite the crowd.
But it was really the only performance tonight in the top that was truly inspired. This is about as well as this team can skate, but it's got to hurt so much for Todd to know that had he landed that double act, which he's been landing all week long in the short program, they would be world champions.
This was earlier this evening, a bronze medal performance by the Americans Jenny Mino and Todd Sand. Again, the Germans took the silver, the Russians Eltsov and Mushkov the gold, and we'll be back.